Well, on to our top story here on First Up this morning. In the battle between life and livelihood, is there really a choice to be made? Indian nurses stranded in Iraq are hostage to hefty loan repayment. Poverty has left them with absolutely no options. Caught in the crossfire in Turkey, Indian nurses have no choice but to stake their lives in the war.
Imagine really not having a choice to do anything about it while there are those praying for the safe return of their loved ones. Sonia from Kottayam, and you have to watch this story to believe how people can have real problems in their lives. She wants to be sent back to Iraq because she has loans to pay, she has debts, she has a daughter to educate and a life to sustain. So while there are people there in the war zone, we find a couple and a person called Sonia in Kerala who says she has no choice. She has to go back to Iraq because she has debts. Rohini Swami gets you this report.
When Sonia went shopping in Baghdad city to buy gifts for her daughters back home in Kottayam, she did not realize there would be a terror attack of this magnitude. In the safety of her home in India, she now wants to go back to working as a staff nurse in Nasiriyah, Iraq, despite the situation escalating at an hourly basis. What may her compulsions be? The answer is loans.
My problems, because I take a loan from bank for education loan. That means around for 3 lakhs or 3.5 lakhs, and also I already paid the agency the 1.5 lakhs rupees to go to Iraq. That is, I have to pay these monies, pay back to this money. So I want to work there.
Her priorities are her daughter's education, household expenditures and the loan, forcing her to compromise her security. Her family understandably are fearful for her choice to want to go back to Iraq.
I will not like to send to there because there will be a problem. इसलिए तो हमको there भी है ना, आपको पता चला है ना, इसलिए तो प्रॉब्लम इसमें इतना है, हमारा लाइफ इज नॉट सिक्योर, उधर भी इतना सिक्योर नहीं है, इसलिए तो हम भेजने के लिए पैदा नहीं है.
They are, however, relieved that Sonia made it back home just before the situation went out of hand, that she escaped the fate of other colleagues who are still stranded in Tikrit.
I am very happy because I can reach here just before these problems, and I can see my daughters and husband and family members. That is, so I am very happy.
अभी तो लैंड पे है, ओशन के सेंटर में नहीं है. ये तो है, हमारा सिचुएशन यही है. मीन्स हमारे पास है ना, इसलिए तो हम बहुत खुशी है ना. वी आर हैप्पी. नहीं तो हम कितना टेंशन हमको इमेजिन करने के लिए बहुत मुश्किल है.
While Sonia may be a rare case who wants to willingly go back to Iraq to work, it's an unfortunate contradiction to those nurses who are currently stranded in Tikrit against their will. With Rohini Swami in Kottayam, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Our colleague Rohini Swami now joins us live from Kottayam on this story that she's brought to us. Rohini, what a story this is really. What a contradiction. You know, there are those people who are stranded, who cannot come back because of livelihood compulsions. And here is somebody who's back from Iraq and in fact wants to be sent back into the war zone because she has debts to pay, she has a child to educate. Tell us more.
Well, it's the irony of life, driven by poverty, driven by responsibilities. It's a lot of things put together for the simple reason that if these nurses, they find jobs of their wish here back at home, they will not be paid as much, and they need to support their families. Let me also tell you, when we've been speaking to lots of families, not just in Kottayam but also in Iraq, they've been saying that they have compulsions, financial compulsions.
Right.
Some of their parents are menial laborers. I spoke to a father and mother. The father's a tree cutter, the mother's a domestic help. The total salary is 4,000 rupees a month.
Right.
they have brought up their daughter. She's a nurse. She's serving in Iraq for now. But this is a sad situation. Look at Sonia for now. Sonia has 2 daughters. She has a husband, and she has to take care of all of them.
Rohini, also very quickly, has the state government at all decided to waiver off any of these loans?
Well, let me tell you that the state government had a very long cabinet meeting last evening. They are yet to decide on that because there are multiple dimensions to that. The simple reason they need to know what is the total amount of loans that have been taken. But there's one important point that I'd like to quickly make, that some of the loans that have been taken are not taken from banks. They've been taken from money lenders, and they have pawned their loan with money lenders. So that is the problem where the government needs to decide how either to give the moratorium or whether they'll waive off the loan.
Right.
Rohini, stay with us. I want to also bring in Manaman Singh China, who's been in touch with the families of some of those 40 Indians, abducted, kidnapped, held in captivity in Iraq. An absolutely terrifying situation, Manaman, for all of those families. They had spoken to some of their loved ones very recently, but it's an absolute nightmare scenario at this time because of the complete lack of information about their safety.
Absolutely, Shiv, and many of these persons who've got their kin in Iraq, they do not even know which city they are in. It's been quite some time since they have spoken to some of them, but in most cases, they do not know where they are. They have this vague idea that their loved ones are 200 kilometers from Baghdad or they are near Mosul, but they have no concrete information. So no, what the Punjab government has done is it has established a helpline. It is asking people to call in and tell them where their loved ones are if they are in Iraq, because the exact number of Punjabis in Iraq is also not known. As of now, 10 to 12 families have come forward. We spoke to the Deputy Chief Minister Sukhbir Badal yesterday, and he said he expects 40 to 50 people from Punjab to be stuck in Iraq.
Thanks very much, Manaman and Rohini, for joining us in this story. There's no bigger story right now. We're going to get you hourly updates and the information that we're getting from the government as well. Thanks, Manaman and Rohini, for more on that story. We'll be going to them in just a bit.